Is this thing on? All right, so started this thing up a little bit later than normal, than usual, because last time it kind of cut the stream. So I guess there's limitations as far as how long you can stream for on YouTube. So there we go.
Celebrate up to 50% off savings with the clearance event at Target. Hurry in, clearance deals fast. Shop in stores now for up to 50% off, only at Target. This week at Macy's, get our lowest prices of the season for your home. Make more room for the family with our best-selling Bradley sectional. Update your bedroom.
We got birdies.
Queen bed.
We got birdies. We got birdies. We got birdies. We got birdies.
We just love waking up holiday mornings with you. Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Gotta put a link showing them live.
We're bringing everything we got to this game, and we are.
Is it even
I don't care what it
linked
looks
up?
like and where it's at, and who's this, who's that. We're going out to play and win this game out on the West Coast. So out on the West Coast. So
Testing, testing.
Testing, testing.
Comes down to next week with their home date against the Minnesota Vikings. But privately and to his team, talked to one of his top players today. He said, Dan Campbell said, we are going full throttle. Going to try to get the win tonight to the surprise of absolutely nobody. Yes, and it is the message that you would expect. I really feel Dan Campbell reminds me so much of Jimmy Johnson, the guy I play for, Hall of Fame coach. And, you know, their styles are a little different, but they go about it the same way. And I'm not surprised that Dan Campbell has said that. And that's been the message to his team all week, and that's what they're here to do. Tom Kennedy on the return, and he's out to the 35. Return of 28. And here comes Jared Goff, who in many ways is having his best season. Here's what he's done since that 5-interception game, which was a win. By the way, in Houston, he's gone 17 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he's averaging over 330 passing yards a game. Well, I mean, he's the reason they're where they are and what they've been able to accomplish. Anderson Williams is immediately got Isaac Evans. Ben Johnson, he will be the head coaching candidate this offseason yet again. The second straight year to see what they're doing, leading the league in points scored. Kid, he's over 1,500 scrimmage yards for the year, has 15 touchdowns, and that combo is really good.
All right. So the San Francisco 49ers are up 7-0. Let's see if they can stop these dirty Lions on this field. And it looks like they're close to the first down already.
Sorensen is done, but when you talk to Kyle Shanahan and ask him, his first year. He's real pleased with the job that he's done in that in-game, the adjustments that he's made, but with some of the injuries again. But let's go back to that opening drive that San Francisco had to come away with that touchdown against this defense. That's a good one.
Yep, they got the first down. So the Lions, they don't have Montgomery here. They only have Gibbs. So if Gibbs gets hurt, that could change everything for this team, I think. Oh my God. You got to stop the run. If you don't stop the run, the Lions are just going to crush. The Lions are going to crush this team if they don't stop the run. Get him. Oh my God. Need to stop these guys. Need to stop these guys. Burgies. Okay, Lions are running the ball. If you can't stop the run, you're going to be in trouble. There's a flag on the play. Okay, flag on the Niners. Okay. Here they go. Taking the ball down the field. Oh. So that was not Gibbs. That was Reynolds for the Lions taking the ball down the field.
Lions bring in extra offensive linemen. They also bring in Jamar Jefferson in at tailback. They've got Mahoney who made his start last week. And this call right here, Paul. So tonight, that's a freaking I know you fantasy. Jefferson runs behind it. And gets down to the one.
Oh my God. They're basically in range. They're basically in range. And they stopped them for a little bit. The Niners are like 5 yards away from a touchdown here. Or not the Niners, the Lions. The Lions are 5 yards away about getting a touchdown. And they stop them. It is third down. So what will the Lions do here? Niners need to stop the Lions. Stop the Lions. Please stop the Lions. They're handing the ball off again. No surprise. Oh, are you kidding me? They just let him in. Into the corner of the field. They just let the guy into the... Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What the heck did these guys do?
He's going to take out 249ers in their key block. He pushes up the field, and it allows Williamson to get them on the edge.
A run to the corner is always smart. Yeah, we got a tied game. Oh, they blocked the extra point. Wow. Okay, it's not a tied game. 7-6. I love it. If the Lions lose this game, then the Vikings are going to be the 1 seed if they win their final game against the Lions. That would be wild. How does that work? If the Lions lose this game, would that create a absolute must win for them against the Vikings? Oh, that's what they could do. I wonder what happens. I wonder what the scenarios are. So if the Lions win this game and the Vikings beat the Lions, then the Vikings are the number 1 seed. But what if the Lions lose this game and the Vikings take the lead? They're the number 1 seed after this week, but then what happens if... Oh, my God. This is interesting. Is it a must-win for the Lions if the Lions lose this game? Is it a must-win for the Lions for the final game of the season? I don't know. Am I even live? Let's see.
LG Appliances allow you to create a space that's all your own with the functionality you need. Visit JeffersonHills.com to get started. You can't have it all. The best price, selection, and service. That's Jefferson Hills.
ESPN's Monday Night Football brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. And Visa. Visa, everywhere you want to be. Levi's Stadium, Santa Clara, California. 11 years. The 49ers, 7-6 games.
Let's go, Niners.
45 miles south of San Francisco down to 101. And for that Northern California kid, Jared Goff, he got his team right down the field in the end zone, but the extra point is blocked.
I can't even tell if these numbers are changing. That's about right.
He went down, was leading the league in sacks with 7.5. The first 5 games before he broke his leg at Dallas in the middle of October. They lost 3 really good linebackers, and then 3 guys on the back.
Let's see.
Here they are, the record of 13-2. They're playing against the Vikings next Sunday night. Play action to Lorenzo, and the flag flies.
Probably offensive holding. Oh my God, Purdy! What was that? Is it going to be against the Niners or against the Lions? It's against the Lions.
Defense number 69.
Hey, how's it going, Mike?
All right, what's up?
I'm on my stream right now. I've got nobody in my room, but I just like it so I can do you know, maybe those reels with reactions, you know. I just did one for the block. Field goal that had a flag on it. That crazy, ridiculous call yesterday. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, I would have liked to see my team beat the Vikings, but it's whatever. They gotta satisfy other fan bases, I guess. So
I mean,
it is what it is.
It's not about satisfying the fan base. It's about the money part of it. There's going to be casualties in that whole ordeal.
Yeah.
Green Bay is one of them that got screwed over because they were trying to preserve Week 18, where they could have a potential storyline for Week 18.
Yeah.
So, and now it's literally set where the winner gets home field advantage and.
Well, what would happen? So what happens if the Niners beat the Lions here? Does that make it a must-win for the Lions against the Vikings, or the Vikings automatically take the 1 seed?
No, they would. It would all it would do is make that game just as important, because if the Lions win, they take the head-to-head, no matter what. Because the Lions already have a 1 game up on them.
I thought they were tied. I thought they're tied.
They're tied right now, but if the Lions lose this week and they win next week, they take the division because of the head-to-head.
All right. Yeah. But if the Lions, so if the Lions win here or lose here, it doesn't matter. What matters is the final game, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because if the Lions win, they're 14-2, and if they lose to the Vikings, they're 14-3. But if the Lions lose here, they're 13-3. But they have the opportunity to redeem themselves somehow against the Vikings.
So what would happen is if they win, they go 14-2, and they go and face the Vikings, who are also going to be 14-2, and the winner will take home field advantage in division because of the fact there would be a wash.
Yeah.
But if the Lions lose, it's still going to look good for the Lions because of the fact they would be the 5th seed for Week 18 because of the fact the Vikings have a better record.
Okay. It's almost like this game doesn't even matter against the Niners.
It kind of does, because it means the Vikings will be number 1 for at least a week, and then whatever happens Week 18. But if they win, it really doesn't matter, because
if they lose, it doesn't matter. If they win, it doesn't matter, because whoever wins that final game is what matters. Yeah, they planned this crap. They definitely that one call though, that freaking offsides at half was ridiculous.
Well, the dude did creep up on him, but
not really. It really wasn't really. That didn't deserve a flag.
The dude creeped up, but it wasn't like
it didn't cross a line.
It wasn't to a point that it was causing a false start. So, I mean, that's what the commentator was saying, was that it wasn't that the fact that it was a false, it was an offside. But the thing is, for it to be offside, the guy has to contribute to causing that.
Well, now the Packers are now the 7th seed. And the only way the Packers get the 6th seed is if the Commanders lose their next game. And the Packers have to win against the Bears. That's the only way the Packers get the 6th seed. That's crazy. I didn't know that was a possibility.
Well,
I didn't know they would lose their spot based off of the game last night. I thought the Falcons were going to come back and win that game.
I wonder if if you look on ESPN, it'll tell you why Packers are below the Commanders. But
It's whatever. If the Packers have to go to the freaking Philadelphia. They probably want to battle them again anyway. After what happened in Brazil.
playoffs.
That was some ridiculous calls in that game.
Well, I'm trying to get my ESPN, but it's not working correctly.
ESPN Plus? Oh, I'm running ABC.
No, I'm trying to look at the standings for you as far as playoff seeding, because it's like I want to see why. I want the explanation why the Commanders are ahead of the Packers. But apparently, I'm going to have to go online and see it. Good thing I'm already looking on my lesson plans.
Packers, Watson got hurt last second.
Yeah.
It was looking like he was going to play, and then he didn't play.
Honestly, they're probably like, we're already in the playoffs, so it's not really going to. Oh, wow. Yeah, ESPN's fucked up.
Well, the Packers can stop the run, right?
Yeah.
They've proven that. So if you're at a point where you want to pick your opponent, do you really want to go up against the Rams with their crazy wide receivers, or do you want to go up against the Eagles and stop their running game? You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like this point, like there's still strategy to these games at the end, you know?
Yeah. So, wow, they already have the Lions as the 5th seed on NFL.com.
Well, the Lions haven't played their game. They didn't finish out their game. Oh, wow. Niners scored a touchdown again.
Yeah,
It's about to be 14 to 6.
It has, right now, it says Vikings are number 1, Phillies number 2, Rams are number 3.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Tampa right now.
Well, they have more wins.
Lions are number 5, Commanders are number 6, and Packers are number 7. I wonder. All I want to know is the explanation why the Packers are the 7th seed.
Yeah, I don't know. That was surprising to me. I thought they would have been still at the 6th seed.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why the Packers aren't.
Because now they got to go up against the Eagles, unless and then it just goes up against. It's a matter. I mean, I think the Packers can beat the Bears. It would be really dumb for the Bears to win their final game. But I mean, you never know. It's the Bears; they might try or whatever.
Oh, the Rams already clinched their division because it says the Seahawks are out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Niners are up 14 to 6.
But yeah, I really want to know why.
You get what I'm saying? So say the Niners lose this game. They're playing right now. Niners.
Yeah.
If they lose this game or win this game, it doesn't matter because whoever wins that final game gets the 1 seed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because regardless, they have to face each other, the Vikings and the Lions. That's probably what's going through their mind. They're probably like, you know what? This game doesn't even matter. Why should we even care about this game right here? You don't have to win this game.
Oh, it says because the Commanders have a win over Philly.
That's why. That's the only reason why.
That's the only reason why is because they got a win over Philly.
If they played that game in the United States, I think the outcome might have been different.
It says you are 100% going to be the 7th seed.
Well, it depends on what happens to the final week. But I think the Commanders are going to beat up on the Cowgirls. So, I mean, if the Commanders win their game, they're automatically either the 6th seed or 5th seed, or probably the 6th seed. They're the 6th seed.
Honestly,
The Commanders can't catch the 5th seed.
Honestly, they did you a favor though,
Probably.
because the Packers going against Philly, I don't know. Y'all have a bad record against NFC West opponents in the playoffs.
Yeah, but 2010, right? The year that Packers won the Super Bowl last, their first opponent was the Eagles. It's almost like history repeating itself.
Yeah, but this ain't the Eagles that y'all played.
It's not 2010 anymore.
Y'all played a fucking just got out of jail Michael Vick.
If they can beat, if the Packers can stop the running game, the Packers defense did okay. The offense didn't get moving until that fumble in the beginning. That's what hurt them. Can't fumble the ball against a top tier team like that.
Well, let's look at y'all's stats again.
There was a lot of if then else stuff happened in that game yesterday. They were moving the ball down the field. Then the second drive, they decided they want to go for 3 long passes when the running game was working for the first drive. And it made no sense to me.
Yeah.
If the running game's working, why not do the running game a couple times? Get a first down, then throw a bomb down the field.
Rushing yards. So the Packers are 5th against the run. No, 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7th.
You're getting better against the run, yeah.
But they're 4th for yards per carry, fewest yards per carry. They are tied for 8th for rushing touchdowns. They're tied for 7th for most 20-yard runs. And they are, there's a lot. So they're like tied for 4th for most 40-yard runs.
Yeah.
Rushing first downs, they are 10th. Let's look at your pass defense. Passing completions, they are, holy shit, they're all the way down there.
Jair Alexander has been hurt almost majority of the year.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 24th in the league for pass completions.
Yeah.
They are
Rashawn Gary, I think he's overrated.
17th for yards per attempt.
They didn't get to Darnold as much as I thought. They barely got to him.
The Panthers are better against the pass than the Packers. Wow. Didn't expect that one. But y'all have one of the most interceptions in the league.
The Packers also had to go up against some of the best teams, like the Lions
Vikings.
twice and the Vikings twice.
The Vikings are the ones that had the most interceptions in the league.
Yeah.
That defense was. There's no way anybody could have predicted that. The Broncos and Ravens have the most sacks. Y'all are.
I had no idea the Vikings were going to be that good.
Tied for 8th. I mean, they had the potential because they had the two really good receivers.
Yeah, but they had the same 2 receivers last year too.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins
I had no
was
idea.
hurt, and
I had no idea that Darnold. They acquired Darnold in the offseason. Then they acquire Aaron Jones, so they have a brand new quarterback, a brand new running back, and all of a sudden they're this good team offensively, defensively.
well, it's not offensively that's getting them. It's the defense. Their defense is causing more turnovers.
Well, they got all day to throw. Darnold has all day to throw the ball.
Because right now,
You hear what I said?
how are y'all that the 7th seed when y'all allow the second fewest sacks in the league?
Yeah,
How?
pass rush is so bad.
No, like your offensive line does not allow people to get sacked. They haven't even allowed 20 people to sack. They haven't allowed 20 sacks. The only one that's better is the Bills, and I know a lot of Bills are first because Josh Allen rolls out of the pocket.
Yeah.
I
I don't know, man. They got to figure something out fast.
But
Lions
the
are in the middle of the
Vikings
field here.
The Vikings give the.
Oh, did he sack
24th
him?
most.
He sacked him.
Let's see. Who has the most touchdowns?
If the Packers had a Nick Bosa, oh my God, a Niners guy is hurt. That's not good.
Packers have 28 touchdowns passing.
I think he ran into his own guy.
Wow. I'm looking at y'all's. I'm looking at your stats, and I'm like, how are y'all the 7th seed? 21.
My video on YouTube got close to 500 views.
So 49.
That's crazy.
49 touchdowns for the Packers.
I pissed off a lot of Vikings fans.
Yeah.
They hate that I call them the Vikings. I got 620 views on that post-game reaction video.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So the Bills have the most explosive offense in the league.
I also give up a lot of points.
63 total touchdowns.
Yep.
The Packers have 50 touchdowns, but the Vikings have more touchdowns than them. Lions have 61, which means 2 of them are defensive touchdowns. Wow. And then you got the sorry Bengals that are sitting here with 56 touchdowns. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Jesus. And then the Ravens have 60. So the 3 best statistical teams are Bills, Lions, and Ravens. Wow. Who has the most rushing touchdowns? Bills, the team that always sucks at running the ball. Has the most rushing touchdowns in the league.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then the Ravens, who have the best running back and mobile quarterback, they have more passing touchdowns. That's a crazy dynamic there.
Yep.
I can see why the Buccaneers and Bengals are, but holy shit. I mean, the Lions, it's pretty balanced, even though they have a lot of receiving.
Lions have a lot of injuries.
Then you got the lopsided Vikings, who are 35 receiving touchdowns and 9 rushing touchdowns. That's why when you were saying they need to stop the run, y'all face the Vikings, who really even though they give it to Aaron Jones, they really don't run the ball. They throw it.
Yeah, they're a throwing team.
That's
Packers did get an interception, though.
Yeah, but
They
Darnold-
needed that interception. They
That
started off
Darn-
so slow. I don't know why Josh Jacobs was holding the ball so lightly. When you're at the 30, they're at the 30-yard line about to score. He holds the ball lightly, and they just punch the ball out of his hands.
yeah,
Like, you're a freaking running back. You're not going to hold that ball tight. You
No,
never
no.
know who can jump out and take the ball away.
yeah,
That was surprising, but sometimes a good loss is good for a team to understand and remember what a loss feels like.
yeah. But like I was gonna say is, I don't know, man. I told you that shit was gonna happen, man.
Yeah, that's whatever. Let them satisfy their fan base
Yeah,
because they've lost so many times to the Packers. Packers are still a young team.
you sound so fucking bitter.
Well, I did that purposely, dude. I got a huge reaction out of it. My last YouTube video has 620 views.
You sound so fucking bitter, though. It's funny, dude.
Well, I mean, that's how I want. You want your team to win, and then you record directly after. You're gonna have your immediate reaction. Like my immediate reaction is different than how I would react today.
I don't. Yeah. Well, I know the Panthers. The owner's pissed at the head coach. Pissed. I mean, when I say
The
pissed, I mean,
owner was pissed off at the head coach.
yeah, because
He'd be really dumb to fire the head coach.
it was bad. He acted like nothing really. Oh yeah, the defensive coordinator. I love his defense. That head coach went apparently told Canales, "You better stop saying that shit." He was pissed.
Stop saying what? I don't get what you're saying.
He was so everybody that's anybody in the Panthers organization, they hate Evero right now.
Evero?
The
Who's
defensive
that?
defensive coordinator.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
They hate him. When I say hate, I mean they want blood for how bad his defense is.
And who was praising the defensive coordinator? Was it the owner or the head coach? I don't get what you're saying.
Well, the defensive coordinator was with McRae last year, but and Canales just kept him. But what I was saying is they're pissed because the head coach, when he was asked, oh, how do you what do you think there's going to be changes on defense? And Canales was like, oh, I love Evero, and I think he's doing a good job there. The motherfucker is dead last.
Well, think about it this way, right? If you have a camera and recording in front of you, you're going to put a positive response back. But behind closed doors, he's going to have a different opinion, I bet you that.
Oh no, the owner got pissed. He's like, you should have said no. We're going to change it up, because he's done with Evero.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but
You want to be professional about it. You don't want to say, "Oh, our defensive coordinator is Jack Diddley garbage" in front of a camera.
well,
You don't want to do that. That's just dumb,
yeah. Like I said,
It's not professional to do that.
When I say he was pissed, man, somebody, turn that fucking fire, or put that fire out, because that owner he's steaming, because he's like,
Why?
that defense should not be that terrible.
He's steaming.
Yeah, I agree with them.
I mean,
I think
you're not going to put your. Do you get what I'm saying? You're not going to put your full opinion in front of a camera. I'm sure he has a different opinion behind closed doors.
I get what you're saying, but man, if I was,
There's just a lack of professionalism, perspective on the owner to respond in that manner. Now look at the Packers. I mean, last year I thought Joe Barry was the worst defensive coach I've ever seen.
no, Evero's even worse, man. Y'all got lucky. Y'all got lucky you didn't have Evero's y'all's fucking defense. Well, I'm gonna say that dude, you know, he got basically
Yeah.
he got basically booted out of Denver. Yeah. He got booted out of fucking Denver. I mean, it's something else. John Elway did not want to give him a contract.
But then the Panthers picked him up. He was real crappy, and the Panthers picked him up.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Packers. They picked up Joe Barry, and his record was terrible. They get rid of Joe Barry. Guess where Joe Barry went to? He went to the Miami Dolphins. Are the Dolphins a good team defensively? Not at all.
They are not that bad. They were
They lost a lot of games.
well, Calais Campbell. I don't know if you heard what he's doing, and the Dolphins are allowing it. So they are going to allow Calais Campbell. They're going to release Calais Campbell.
Who's Calais Campbell?
He's a good defensive tackle that hasn't won a Super Bowl. So what he wants to do, Calais Campbell, is he wants to be released so that way when a playoff team can pick him up, and the Dolphins are allowing it. Honestly, if Calais Campbell went to the Bills,
What does he do? I don't get it. Is he a player? Is he a coach?
he's a defensive tackle. He's one of the best defensive tackles
Oh,
of all time.
you can go to the Packers. They need that defensive tackle position.
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody picks him up right before the Super Bowl.
Packers need to.
If they make it, they still got to prove it.
Well, they already got a playoff spot.
I really don't.
Their biggest weaknesses are they got weaknesses. They need a better pass rush. They need a better pass defense. They need to freaking catch the football if it goes to the receivers dropped a lot of footballs this year.
Yeah.
The ball will go straight to their hands and they either deflect it or they drop it.
Yeah.
Not all interceptions are the quarterback's fault. If the ball goes to the hands of the receiver and he just doesn't catch it and it goes flying up in the air, to me, that's not really the quarterback's fault. That's the receiver's fault for not catching that damn thing.
I don't know. I don't think
Birdie touchdown. Wow, he's trying. The Niners are trying here.
Well, they don't. I mean, they're just playing.
Yeah.
The Lions, it's like they don't want to show too much against the Vikings for the Vikings to see, so they're not better prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Purdy just got this touchdown here, so the Niners are up, I think, 20-13, pending a extra point.
Yeah.
Here goes the extra point. Niners are up 21-13. I think Bosa's back. That kind of makes a difference too. When that guy's back, I mean, they still gave up points on every drive so far. Both teams have just given up points. The Lions defense, they're depleted, you know. The Detroit Lions get injuries every single week. Guys on the IR. That if the Packers were to face them again, I think the Packers might be able to beat them now in the playoffs. If the Vikings go up against the Lions, I think the Vikings will beat the Lions. They're not the same team as they were before. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Injuries changes the team. If the Eagles ever lose Saquon Barkley, that team is going to fall apart really fast. And isn't Jalen Hurts, isn't he banged up right now?
Yeah. Well, that's why they're resting him.
Yeah.
They already got a playoff spot, and there's no way they were going to catch up with the Lions or the Vikings.
Well, same thing with the Packers. The Packers got their playoff spot.
Yeah. I mean, the NFC is pretty much set up other than the NFC South.
I think the Eagles got an easy team last, right? Don't they have like the Giants or something?
Yeah, they get the Giants.
Little Giants.
Yeah.
And then Rodgers got crushed against the Bills. Still want to rewatch that game.
Yeah. I don't want to watch the Panthers game because that was fucking awful, dude.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, right now, if your team's not in the playoffs, what value is it in winning these last couple of games? It's gonna. I mean, it all depends on who you're trying to pick up for your draft. You know.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter passed away.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, honestly, he was the reason the Democrats got into power, man.
He was a reason why the economy turned to complete garbage. But politics is politics. Go Pack Go. Got some people on my stream here.
Yeah.
That's good that you're putting your opinion on football here because it gets captured. It can be looked at later.
Yeah. It's like I said, man. It's hard to be.
Who they stopped? Was that Gibbs or somebody else? Because they don't have Montgomery anymore either. You know.
Yeah.
They were calling these guys Sonic and Knuckles. I didn't understand why, but I guess one guy is really fast and one guy is really tough, supposedly.
One's more of a bruiser back.
Yeah. Somebody said, Hamden McManus says, Go Pack Go from Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where you're from.
Yep.
My friend Mike's from Charlotte, North Carolina. Master Kylo says, I watched the Bengals versus Broncos game Saturday. Hell of a game, LOL. Guy missed a 3-point field goal, but then the Bengals got the ball back and won. Yeah, that was a really good game, that Bengals and Broncos game. It was back and forth. And then the Bengals win. So the Bengals are still sort of kind of in it, right?
Yeah, well, they need a lot of help, though. They need to have the Broncos lose against a team that most likely are not going to play their starters. and I think it's the Chiefs that they're playing.
Yeah.
And they got if the Broncos lose against the Carson Wentz led Chiefs, then they have to hope that Miami loses. And I think Miami's facing New England, so that might not. I
Wait,
think
so-
honestly,
Mahomes is not playing at all?
no. They said he's benching them.
Dang. But all honesty, though, if you are Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, would you rather see the Broncos in the playoffs or the Bengals? It's almost like pick your poison. You know, they have that control pretty much.
Let's look at the playoffs real quick.
Very thin chance they make it. Oh, the Bengals, yeah. Well, the Bengals, they got a really good offense. Just that defense is very suspect.
Well, their defense is just they just put it on the back burner.
Yeah.
That's a big problem with the
A lot like the Bills. That Bills
And then-
defense gives up a lot of points.
and then they just let go of their best part of their defense as far as the secondary goes was the two safeties, and they let them go. But yeah, the Bengals have a 6% chance. They need the Dolphins and Broncos to lose to get the 7th seed.
If KC rests their players for the playoffs versus Denver, it's no good.
Yeah. Unless Carson Wentz just goes out there and balls out.
Yeah. Well, it's his opportunity to showcase what he can do.
Yeah.
But I don't think
And
he's
then-
all that good, honestly.
And sometimes, just like what was it, Matt Flynn with the Packers, where they had Matt Flynn came in for the final game and threw like 7 touchdowns. So there's a chance. There's always a chance, but honestly, I think the Broncos are going to be the 7th seed, and they go into Buffalo to get beat by Buffalo.
Yeah.
Chargers, it'll be the Harbaugh Bowl too.
That's what they want, probably.
Chargers versus Ravens.
Whatever
And
makes
Houston-
money.
And Houston in the Steelers, and honestly, that game's a toss up because I could see the Steelers beating them, but Houston,
Oh, the Dolphins have to lose 2 for the Bengals to win?
yeah, the Bengals have to have the Dolphins lose. I think it's because the Dolphins won against them.
What? So the big question also is, who are the Dolphins going up against?
New England,
Oh,
yeah,
but New England, they you know, they got that guy. What's his name's in there? That quarterback,
yeah. But
Drake May. Drake May is pretty good.
he's doing a stream right now. But looking at the Dolphins' schedule, I think they did face. I think the Bengals did face the Dolphins. Yeah.
I don't like that Zadarius Smith. That Lions
was on y'all's
defense is
team.
very dirty.
They liked him when he was on your team.
Yeah, it's nice when he was on my team, but there was issues as to why they departed. So
Oh. The Bengals didn't even face the Dolphins. The Dolphins just beat a couple more teams that they faced and lost to.
oh really?
Yeah, so they're literally going to be kicked out, and it's not because they didn't have a fighting chance against them.
Yeah.
That's crazy because they beat the Browns, and that was, let's see, they beat the Browns. Who else did they beat?
Master Carlo says my Bengals are cooked, but still alive.
Yeah, they're done. It's 6% chance, man. That's how bad it is.
So you're saying there is a chance?
6% chance, and as of Saturday, it might end up being 0.
Yeah.
Because Steelers might not play their players either, so the Bengals might get a chance to win, but because the Steelers are already in.
I think we're going to see a Chiefs. It's going to be a Chiefs Vikings or Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl probably. That's my unbiased opinion
Well,
of what it might be.
because if Baltimore beats Cleveland Saturday at 3:30, then Baltimore gets the division, and then if they don't, then the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Pittsburgh's probably going to play their starters anyways, just because by the time they played their game, the Baltimore Ravens would have already won or lost, so they won't know the outcome. And Cincinnati has to play the starters of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now, all the teams take a 1 week break before the start of the playoffs, right?
No, they
No,
start right after.
They start right after. Oh, okay.
But if Baltimore wins, they get the division. If Baltimore loses, then Pittsburgh will be playing for their division title.
Yeah.
If Cincinnati wins, they are basically waiting to see what happens at 1 o'clock against 3 o'clock against Denver, Kansas City and Denver, and Miami against New York, the Jets. I told you, man, the NFL is a money making system. They already satisfied.
Oh, it's a business.
They already satisfied.
It's a business, just like a college. A college is a business.
Well, like I was saying, they satisfied Vegas with their because they made a lot of money with all these spreads not being hit, these over and unders not being hit, and now all of a sudden, because it's been a very boring season, because a lot of teams did not win at all, and it's now becoming time where, okay, Fox, CBS, NBC, even Amazon Prime, are like, we got to have something.
My friend Master Kylo says, yesterday I watched the first half of Falcons versus Redskins. It was 14-7 Atlanta. Redskins end up winning. LOL, Jaden Daniels is impressive for a rookie. He is. Jaden Daniels is pretty darn good. Probably the best QB of the draft, in my opinion. I think he's probably better than Caleb Williams.
I think he had a good rookie season. We'll have to see, because just like Shroud had a good rookie season, but there's no telling what happens.
The next season could change.
Yeah, because I mean, Shroud limped into the playoffs.
Yeah.
He has to be thankful that his division sucks. Shroud.
Oh, Shroud? Yeah, his division is bad.
I
mean, same thing too with the Redskins division. The Eagles and the Redskins are the only good teams. The Giants and the Cowgirls are not that good.
Yeah.
Even if Dak Prescott was not hurt, that team would not have gone anywhere.
Yeah. Well.
Also, too, I think didn't the defensive coordinator of the Cowgirls go to the Redskins?
Yeah, but he was good when he was in Atlanta. And he was good when he was the defensive coordinator in Seattle. So everywhere he goes, his defense is pretty decent.
But you get what I'm saying? He left the Cowgirls, so the Cowgirls got worse.
No, it wasn't because of that. Their defense was okay. The problem was that they did not try to build a good offense, and they didn't really evaluate. They were like, we need a running back quick. Let's go get X, Y, and Z and try to make
Yeah.
an offense.
I think it was really dumb of them to go out and get Ezekiel Elliott.
That's
That guy.
That's my point. They literally just went, oh, let's get this guy.
Yeah.
And it's like you do understand that this guy didn't do anything in New England. He didn't do anything in the last part of his time in Dallas.
They
when he was there.
they were better off drafting a young running back, you know.
They
They
probably
didn't
will.
they didn't sign what's his name? He went to the Titans. What's
Yeah.
his name? I
Well,
forget his name.
Oh,
You
what's
know
his
who I'm
name?
talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he you know, he was successful for them last season, that running back, and they didn't sign him, but they go
Pollard.
out and sign who?
Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard, yeah. That guy, you know, although he's not on a good team, he was good for the Cowboys or the Cowgirls. I'm sorry.
And then-
Cowgirls.
Looking at what he did with the Tennessee Titans.
Oh,
I mean,
Tony
that-
Powell. I mean, they didn't have a passing game really.
Well, he did basically the same thing that he did with Dallas.
Yeah.
1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, just like he did with the Cowboys.
Yeah, Tony Pollard, you know. So who has the most rushing yards for the Cowgirls this season?
Dowdle.
Daddle? I never heard of him. He's got 1,000 yards too, or no?
He's got 1,000 yards, but he's got 1 rushing touchdown.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
They did most of their damage through the air because it's 23 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is you can't blame the coach leaving because now that team sucks. It was really because they did not evaluate their situation. They didn't try to think, well, we need to get a decent offensive line. We need to really evaluate the running backs.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they even thought of Dowdle being anything. And obviously they didn't because 1 touchdown and Ezekiel Elliott sits here with 3.
Yeah.
And then they did not distribute the ball at all. You got CeeDee Lamb with 150.
Whoa, big pass. The Niners. Wow, Brock Purdy threw the ball right where it needed to be.
But if you look,
Wow. Oh, they're trying to score before the half. 45 seconds left.
if you're looking at the targets, almost 20% of the targets went to CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all the other ones. The next one is Jake Ferguson.
Oh, the
And
tight end.
Ferguson.
He only had like 4% of the targets.
Yeah.
20% of them went to CeeDee Lamb. That's not distributing the ball. You know, we talked about number 1 receivers.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about number 1 receivers. Because you look at Green Bay and their stats, their number 1 receiver is Jaden Reed, but he hasn't
done it. Jack Diddley, nothing for the past 3
right.
weeks.
But what I was going to say is, if you look, almost everybody else has the same amount of targets, the same amount of chances with the ball.
Yeah.
It's just Jaden Reed had the most targets.
Yeah, I don't know. They got to figure it out with the receiving
Because
core before the playoffs.
Dontavian Wicks, Romeo Dobbs, and Jaden Reed, all 3 of them had 70. And if I went back to the Dallas one, there's nobody. I'm looking at stats. There's not a single receiver near that.
Near what? What do you mean? What's
Near
your point?
70. Yeah.
Near
Oh,
70
no.
targets?
Yeah. Like, seriously, 2 other receivers on the Dallas Cowboys equal the same amount as CeeDee Lamb's.
Yeah.
He's literally getting two different players' targets. That's insane.
The Lions guy just punched the ball out of the Niners guy's hands, but the ball went out of bounds. So now the Niners are going for a field. They're going to go for one more play and then a field goal, I guess. Let's see. I'll just throw in ball in the end zone. Oh, can they get a touchdown? He's trying. Oh, they better line up quick. Flag on the play. What's the flag on? They have 11 seconds. Was that the Kittle? George Kittle.
Looking at the Lions, they definitely have a number one receiver. It's Amon St. Brown. He has 25% of the passes or targets. And
well, his routine is to catch the ball 200 times every day.
Well, he's catching half of those in a game.
Well, they're calling this against the Niners here, probably for a moving pick or something.
But he literally, Amon St. Brown has two people's targets. Jameson Williams and Sam Laporta, if you add their targets together, they have just one less target than Amon St. Brown.
The Niners are out of field goal range with 11 seconds left now. That's wild.
They're trying to make it a game. They're going to trying to make it where Detroit can, get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Well, there's 7 seconds left before the half here.
If you look,
I would go for the field goal now.
Right, but
they just had one more play.
Right. So what I was trying to say, if you look at the over and under.
Oh, the spreads.
Yeah.
There's a long field goal here.
Let's see. Where's their over and under?
And he missed it. They missed the field goal. Unbelievable.
So Detroit, it's right now supposed to be 51 points. Right now we're at 40 or 34. So over and under, they're not close, but Detroit needs to win by 4 in order to people to win their bets.
Millions of dollars to choke field goals.
Yeah.
I mean, how much do kickers? Do they make about $1 million?
Well, the most expensive kicker,
Tucker. That guy's not that good, and he's on the Ravens, right?
the most expensive kicker, Harrison Butker, makes $6.4 million. He signed a 4-year, $25 million deal, guaranteed he can make 17. So
Yeah.
he's making
It's halftime now.
Justin Tucker and Jake Elliott are the next closest. They make $6 million a year.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm using my good microphone for the stream.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit down and look at the quality later, I guess.
I bought some other stuff too for my little like videos or streams. I got some stuff that might make things a little bit better in the future.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Might as well have fun with videos, you know.
Yeah.
Apparently people like it when I'm angry over the Vikings and the Lions.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Jason Hansen in 1992 made $393,000. That's the most expensive kicker in 1992. Turn it to 2024. Oh my goodness, $7 million.
The mic is loud and crystal clear. I love it. But I'm going to sit and kind of compare the quality of this stream with my previous stream just to see if it's
Yeah.
way better, you know?
Yeah. Well,
I got
it's definitely going to be a season
what's going to be a season. The
next
playoffs?
year,
Oh, next year? Why?
because I got a feeling I'm looking at over the cap right now for salary. There's a lot of these losing teams that are gonna be. It's gonna be very interesting to watch what they do.
Oh, to see what they do as far as their transactions?
Yeah.
I think a lot of good players are going to be like, why the heck should I stay on this stinky team? I can go somewhere else and possibly win for a potential Super Bowl.
So next season, the biggest salary caps are Patriots, Raiders, Commanders. Still have a good salary cap space.
Yeah.
One of the ones that have the worst are the Saints, Browns, and Seahawks. Saints have $63 million that they have to burn.
Wait, so the Saints are going to be even worse, or are they going to have to draft? They're going to have to draft players.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start from scratch because $63 million, and they got 49 players, so they still need 6 or 4 more players to fill out the roster.
That Derek Carr for the Saints, he's been injured for 2 years in a row.
This is my hypothesis for, like I said, 2025. Let's see, 2026. Yeah, it still says the 49ers, Dolphins, and Browns. I told you it's going to be about a year or two, and we're going to see the 49ers really start to see the effects of all these trades that they did a couple of years ago. They're going to ask for their money.
Okay. Camden McManus says, best moment in 2024 for me is getting some cool Packers sneakers and going on a Carnival cruise to meet new Packers fans, and they are telling me not to give up on this young team. I would not give up on this. I wouldn't give up on this team. The Packers were counted out to not make the playoffs last season. And so many analysts said, oh, the Packers are going to lose to the Cowgirls in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, the Packers.
And lo and behold, they beat the Cowgirls in the first round of the playoffs. They almost beat the Niners the following game.
So I wouldn't say the Packers are going to be in a bad spot, period, because they're a really good regular season team. Playoffs, it's been very, very shaky. But I'm looking at their salary cap. Dude, their effects of drafting so many players are starting to will be next year because they're starting to lose a lot of players. Packers next year will start out with 39 players on their roster. And
yeah, they gotta make their adjustments.
Packers, where they at? Packers the following season in 2026 have 25, so they have half their roster gone in 2 years.
Unless
So
they
they're gonna
sign
have to-
somebody, and
Well,
they
yeah,
always
will.
got to evaluate. You know, you got to
But-
decide: do you want to keep this person, or you want to draft a young person?
Right, but
Do you want to sign somebody else from some other location?
as bad as this is going to sound, and Aaron Rodgers said it too, is nobody wants to go to Green Bay.
Well, I mean, McKinney and Josh Jacobs wanted to go to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Some
But,
people
they
like
also-
it. It's quiet. You know,
It's
it's quiet.
Nobody
It's
wants-
nice and quiet.
nobody wants to go to Green Bay. That's
your opinion.
Well,
Well, obviously, they were able to. They captured eyes for some players. Some players don't want to leave Green Bay.
but they just, the Packers decide to move on from them. It happens all the time.
But the next 3 years, they go from 53 this year to 39, 25, and in 2027, they go all the way down to only having 15.
Yeah.
That's 38 players gone that they're going to have to rebuild on and they don't have that many draft picks. They had all these draft picks for so many years, and now they're just back to normal.
They have 10.
So
Unless they trade away Rashawn Gary.
well,
I'm not too impressed by the guy. He's got all these workout videos in the offseason. He's got like 6 sacks the whole season, and half of them were on like popcorn fart teams.
yeah. The most interesting team here is because I'm looking over salary cap. The most interesting team here is the Commanders. The Commanders literally have when I say they spent money, they spent money.
They spent a lot of money.
But they start next year with $102 million, and they drop 24 players.
Yeah.
That's just insane. They're going to be a playoff team that ends up basically rebuilding or reloading for the next year, because there's not another team under 35. That's going to be a very interesting situation.
Yeah, I think the Packers will be fine. You're always so worried about that team. They figure out a way every season.
My problem is just that coach has got to get more aggressive.
I mean, he went for it on 4th down in that last game. They should have went for a field goal.
Yeah, but
That's aggressive right there, and
when
threw the ball right to the receiver's hands, and he didn't catch the ball in the end zone.
When I mean aggressive, I mean when you're in the second quarter and you could easily put the game out of reach and you don't do it. That's what I mean. You should be aggressive. Not
I get what you're
because
saying.
you
They threw so many bomb passes in that last game.
Yeah, but that first quarter where they went 3 incompletes for deep passes. That was just a setup of the Vikings. You can't fault that type of scheme, but I'm talking about every single year they're just too conservative. That's the biggest problem with them in the playoffs is it feels like they play like it's a regular season game. Like they don't have any consequences if they don't make that play.
Well, Camden in my chat here is not worried.
I'm not worried. I think the Packers are gonna hit a switch when it's time for the playoffs. They were just analyzing how these other teams play. They almost beat all these other teams, the Vikings and the Lions. So they barely lost to these teams as far as score.
They almost lost against the Vikings. That game should have been put out of reach.
They only lost by 2 points.
Yeah, but it should have
Both
been.
games lost by 2 points.
They
They don't want to see the Packers in the playoffs.
They probably won't. They go to Philly.
Yeah, Packers beat Philly. They move on. They go to who? Who do they go on against after that? That's the question. They're the 7th seed. They'll be on the road the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, they're young. They're a young team. They can handle it, but they're going to make some mistakes because they're a young team. They just got to play smart with the football. Sometimes a short pass is better than a long pass. At least get some yardage, keep moving the chains and then throw the bomb. When it's like first down, maybe second down, throw a bomb pass. Well, the bomb pass has to be accurate. It can't be like out of reach or anything.
All right, man. Let me let you go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had something come up.
All right, man. Talk to you next time.
All right, man. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm not worried about the Packers. I think the Packers, I think they want to go up against the Eagles, honestly. After that Brazil game, they probably feel like, oh, you know what? Let's go up against the Packers. Let's go up against the Eagles again. Packers are coming for Kansas City. It's probably going to be Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Got to be honest here. Some people think, oh, the Bills will finally make it to the Super Bowl. When was the last time the Bills made it to the Super Bowl? They've had Josh Allen for a minute now. They've had Josh Allen for a minute now, but it always seems like Kansas City makes it to the Super Bowl. And also, too, it's a new season for all these other teams, too. So they're going to make their adjustments.
Yeah, look, I think right now the big thing is red zone. You know, we got.
They're still at halftime.
Defensively, we allowed down there and they're scoring 7. It was a good stop at the end. But that's really the difference right now. And then I told the team, the things that don't require talent, we got to be at our best there, man. That's what we talked about. We got to be our best.
You have to go get a water.
We know what they are. That's a good team. They've had some injuries, but we knew this wasn't going to be easy.
Lisa, Dan, thank you. Let me get that man some tea. I go live in a van down by the river. He's the best. He's about as genuine a guy as you will find. He wears his emotion on his sleeve.
I thought it was interesting. He said, we got to come away with points when we get the red zone. Well, you would have if you settled for a field goal.
Good point. Well, he is going full throttle tonight. They have lost his voice along the way. Moody will kick it away.
Packers are coming for KC. Bills might cook. They lost in overtime last year. They choke late game. Well, it always seems like it's the same teams in the playoffs, so I don't think the Texans are going anywhere. I think Stroud and the Texans aren't going anywhere. They don't seem very tough. The Ravens, they seem like they could be a contending team. Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs, I think, are the toughest teams in the they're the toughest teams in the AFC. NFC, you got the Lions, Vikings, Eagles, and the Packers if they play smart. The Commanders, a.k.a. the Redskins, would be a huge surprise if they make it to the Super Bowl. There's never been a rookie quarterback in the Super Bowl ever, apparently. Uh-oh, the Lions guy is hurt. He's just gimping around on the field. Number 14, who's that? Is that St. Brown? Oh, St. Brown's gimping around on the field. Hopefully he's not hurt permanently. That's their top receiver. And who's that? The running back went nowhere. Gibbs. If the Lions lose Gibbs and the Eagles lose Barkley for injury, that could change the whole dynamic of all this. I think the Packers could beat the Vikings. It's just the offense just made too many mistakes. I thought the Packers defense played a pretty good game against the Vikings. But also, too, if you go up against easy teams for so many weeks in a row, and then you go up against a tougher team, then it's like a shocker, The Packers beat up on the Seahawks and the Saints the past couple of weeks. All right, the Lions are on the 40-yard line, moving the ball down the field here. It is 1st and 10. Nick Bosa on the Niners. That guy is a beast. That's what the Packers need. The Packers need like a TJ Watt or Nick Bosa caliber defensive lineman or something. That's probably going to be their first pick of the draft, is like a defensive lineman that can make an impact on the game. All right, Gibbs got 6 yards. Also, the Packers, Jair Alexander, that guy barely plays. He only plays for half the games of the season. I think this season he's only played like 4 games. He's really good when he's healthy and playing, because he stops those big-time receivers like Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. But if he's not even playing, it makes it oh, wow, big pass by the Lions. Robinson, I don't even know who that is. Number 8. Yeah, that's a catch. That's a big, big pass. Yeah, defense wins championships. The last time the Packers won the Super Bowl in 2010, which is like 14 years ago, they had a lot of elite defensive players. I think they had Clay Matthews, and you got to have a big-time running back that makes big plays. Now, the Packers, they have Edgerrin Cooper, who's a big-time linebacker who can make plays, but he had some limited snaps due to injuries, and he's still learning. But he can make a big play. Oh my God, they're just letting the Lions move the ball down the field here. But Carrington Valentine, he's had a couple interceptions these past 3 games. But if you keep losing your players due to injuries, it's going to change your whole team. It's not the same team as it used to be, The Lions defense, the Lions in general have like 22 players on injured reserve. Oh, man, touchdown for the Lions. Great. They're going to go for 2 to tie the game. Okay. They're going to go for 2 to try and tie the game. Sam Laporta. I don't know. That Sam Laporta guy is like a 5th-round tight end. It's crazy how sometimes it's like the lucky pick of the draw. If you pick the right player at the right time, at the right moment, it just kind of sort of works out for you. All right. Goff is back to pass, and they got the 2-point conversion. 21-21. 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Tom Brady. Tom Brady, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, was picked, I think, in the 5th round of the draft. And then Tom Brady, he was not just thrown into the fire of playing right from the get-go as a newly drafted player. I think he was on the Patriots for a good solid year before he actually got his start. He got his start because Drew Bledsoe got hurt. So it created the opportunity for him to showcase what he can do. And then as he's showcasing what he can do, the Patriots just kept winning games. They kept winning games, and then they all of a sudden put Drew Bledsoe back in, and they started losing games. So you got to go with your best option at quarterback. At ESPN Plus, it doesn't even get you all the games. Disney Plus? What about Disney Plus? They're trying to sell They're trying to sell the Sunday ticket for $50, and there's only 1 week left. That's crazy. So, Master Kylo, what do you think I should do to enhance my stream? Should I add some stuff back behind me somewhere? Maybe some like green lights or something? It's called I Just Looked, Man in the Arena, Tom Brady. Now they're showing the owner of the Lions smiling in the stands. I've got my Yoda lamp over here. I figure if I put something in the picture, it'd be better. Yeah, Tom Brady is a good worker. He's always trying to get himself better, no matter what it is. I guess that's how, like Tom Brady. I guess that's how he goes about his commentating. He knows that he wasn't the best commentator right from the start, so he's trying to still polish his craft. So he's okay. Don't have 7 Super Bowl rings for nothing. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. You also have to have the right players around you, you know. If he had some big-time receivers to throw that ball to, it wasn't like he had a bunch of just no-names. They kind of had to, I mean, they did draft players, but they kind of had to make a name for themselves. I think the Patriots, they drafted Gronkowski, and that enabled quite a bit of yardage to be thrown to his way. I think the Patriots, they had Randy Moss at one point, but they never got a ring for him. So Randy Moss was really mad when they had that roast of Bill Belichick. That was really funny. If you ever watched the roast of Bill, what was it? The roast of Bill Belichick? It's the roast of Tom Brady. If you watch the roast of Tom Brady on Netflix, it's pretty funny. And Randy Moss was not happy about not getting his ring because he thought, oh, if you join the Patriots, you're gonna get yourself a ring.
Oh, big pass to the Niners. Wow, they're all the way down to the 25-yard line. About to get a touchdown here. Who's that guy? Wow, the Lions just have no defense. The Lions have no defense. They're going to get pretty much. I think the Lions are not going to make it through the playoffs. They have a good offense, but if you have no defense, you're not going to win a championship. Wow, they just got the ball to Kittle now, and they're down to the 5-yard line. This is crazy. But at least it's a good back and forth game. If the Niners lose this game, it's better for them for draft picks because the Niners are out of the playoffs. But if the Lions, with the Lions, I don't even think this game matters if they win or lose because it's all going to come down to the final game between the Vikings and the Lions. As far as who gets the number 1 seed for the NFC. Number 1 seed gets the first round bye week. They rest their players, but having that first round bye week is not always good because sometimes the players are a little bit rusty when they finally play after the bye week. Oh, touchdown Niners. Is that Debo? Debo. It's 3 hours. Might have to watch it 2 shots. In 2 shots. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, these games are pretty long. They're 3 hours long. And luckily, I don't have to work tomorrow because of New Year's. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Oh, The Roast of Tom Brady. Yeah. On Netflix, yeah. If you watch it, you can always stop watching it after a certain amount of time, and Netflix will track where you left off. Ooh. That was funny. I was on that little podcast. It was seven Vikings fans. It was on the Let's Skull podcast. And they said, how do you feel about your Packers going up against a really tough defensive Vikings? And I was like, well, I don't think with my feelings. I'm a guy. I don't think with my feelings. I thought that was funny. But I think the Packers will be fine, They barely lost these games to these tough teams. They haven't beaten a really tough team, but they barely lost to these tough teams. So they're at full strength, and they understand what works and what doesn't work. And they go into the playoffs with a strong, smart strategy. I think they could beat almost anybody. Commercials. I was thinking I can get some kind of like green light to have behind here or something. Maybe start using some like green lights for Green Bay. And then, I don't know, try to enhance the stream. There's people out there
They can cook. Yeah, the Packers can cook. They got a lot of chefs. People try to compare what I do with Tom Grossi, but that guy's been doing this for like 10 years. And he does this as a full-time job. But Tom Grossi used to be a school teacher, but this guy just makes so much money doing streams that it became his full-time job. So if you do this as your full-time job, then obviously, you could be really smart with planning out what you want to do and how do you go about it and try to be humorous with different videos. And then he starts building a team with him so that he's not sitting there trying to do all the edits. So he has other people that edit a lot of the videos. So they kind of create a partnership from his success. The Lions are just moving the ball down the field. And that Gibbs, if he gets hurt, dang. That can be tough if they lose Gibbs. The Lions, they have people they can throw the ball to, but if they have no running game, that changes this team really fast. Jared Goff all day to throw the ball. And it's caught with a flag. Who's the flag on? Is it on the Lions? Oh, somebody's gimping. The Niner guy, number 53, is just gimping. He is hurt. No foul on the play. Okay. They just pick up the flag, I guess. Yeah, it's a pretty good game so far. So the Niners are up 28-21. But the Lions are bringing this ball down the field here. We're at the 35-yard line. And they stopped them here for a second. Six minutes left in the third quarter. I'm definitely not a fan of the Lions, though. I don't like how dirty they can be sometimes on defense. '49ers are doing so bad this year, I don't get it. Well, the Niners are out of the playoffs now. They had some key injuries that kind of pushed them out. When Christian McCaffrey got hurt. Ever heard of the John Madden curse? Like whenever a player's on the cover of Madden, they always get hurt. So Christian McCaffrey was on the cover of Madden. And so the guy got hurt. Oh, there's a big sack on Goff, pushing him way back. Nick Bosa. And Bosa got hurt so the Niners had Bosa hurt. They had McCaffrey hurt. They had even Purdy that got hurt. So that changes their whole team. And so Nick Bosa finally came back. I think Purdy came back eventually, but the Niners are a good team. They weren't healthy 100% of the time throughout the season. And that kind of sort of hurt them.
cover players get injured. Yeah, even the backups will get injured. I think the 49ers had their fifth string running back playing. It's really tough to win games when you have a fifth string. A fifth string running back makes it really tough to win games. And they're very limited as far as financials because they have to pay so many different players. So American Primable? Oh. Netflix. WWE is moving to Netflix. There's also Squid Games 2 on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that before. I have no idea how many people are in this stream right now. Oh, it's just you, Master Kylo. I watched the KC game on Netflix. Oh yeah, the football games are on Netflix. So, okay, so the NFL games are playing in Canada too. NFL playoffs on ABC, CBS, Fox, and ESPN. All right. Oh, that's week 18. So Saturday games on ABC, regular games. Wow. We had Eagles and Broncos fans at a Niners game. All right, so it's 28-24. Niners are up 28-24. Debo took the ball. Looks like he got hurt. You saw what? Yeah, they had a Broncos fan and an Eagles fan. This game's in California, so they probably have a variety of fans out there. Oh my God. Is that defensive holding? That Brian Branch is a very dirty player. Yeah, he grabbed his. Yeah, that's defensive holding right there. That Brian Branch. That guy is so dirty. That Brian Branch, just a dirty, dirty player. I'm so glad the Packers didn't draft Brian Branch. A lot of people like this guy, but every time I see him play, it just kind of feels like he's just a dirty player on that field. Oh, intercepted. Oh, my God. That was overthrown. That was definitely overthrown.
Purdy threw the ball to the wrong player. He threw it to a Lions player.
That is not good. But all honesty, though, this game really doesn't matter, you know? The Lions can win this game, they can lose this game. It doesn't even matter. It's the freaking final game of the season that matters. And I don't think anybody can even catch these teams that are below them as far as record anyway. So even if the Lions lose these next two games, I think they still keep the same. They're going to keep the second seed. I think they're ahead of the Eagles, unless the Eagles are right behind them somehow. But if the Commanders win, and the Packers win this weekend, then the Packers can get the 6th seed. Or if the Commanders lose and the Packers win, the Packers can get the 6th seed. Otherwise, they get the 7th seed.
Chris Evans ad with Audi. I got Cap America himself. Captain America. I've got a dancing Santa Claus. Do you get the same commercials? Ooh, this hurts. This hat hurts. What would happen if I turned the light off? So is that too dark or is that fine? Well, you get Canadian ads. Oh, that Joseph guy got the interception. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. I'd rather see the Lions lose. I'd rather see the Lions lose. They had all day to throw the ball. When a quarterback has all day to throw the ball, they're gonna make a play eventually. So the Lions are taking this ball down the field. They're getting, they're basically in field goal range at the 20-yard line, about the score here. Chad Ochocinco played in Montreal for one season, and remember Johnny Football, he also played like 2 to 3 years, LOL. Oh, wow. Yeah, Chad Ochocinco, yeah, I think he still tries to play receiver even at his older age. It's just at some point when you get to a certain age that
these NFL teams just decide to just move on. I think Jerry Rice played for a really long time. Oh yeah, the CFL. Yeah, players would go there too. If they don't get hired by the NFL, they'll go to other paths to see what they can do and still keep their skills.
We had the Bills coach in Montreal in the 70s. Lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. What's his name again? The Bills coach in Montreal.
Oh, I don't know. Incomplete pass.
Lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. What's his name again? He won the Grey Cup, which is the Super Bowl here equivalent. The Grey Cup. Oh, interesting. I don't even think they showcase the CFL games here in America unless you have like a special channel. It would be really cool to watch the CFL. But after the NFL league is over, they're going to have the UWF league, United Wrestling, or UF. Is it UFL, United Football League? That's what it is. United Football League. That starts up after the NFL. And the Lions got a touchdown. Lions took the lead. Dang. They almost missed the extra point. So it's 31-28. The Lions took the lead, and it's almost the fourth quarter. After this game, I'm going to go right to sleep. Or I might go to sleep before the fourth quarter. He was coach from the 1986 to 97 for the Bills. Mark Levy, 11 years coach. He's 99 years young. Wow. That's an accomplishment. I think just reaching 90 years old is an accomplishment. An accomplishment to hit 90. But to hit 99, that's wild. He lost 4 Super Bowl finals. Yeah. Oof. I don't think the Bills have ever won a Super Bowl. That's also wild. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, to go to the Super Bowl 4 times and not even win. Oof, that's rough. That's sad to be honest. Oh well, yeah, it is sad, but just making it to the Super Bowl is pretty good. But just it's better historically to actually win the Super Bowl. End of the third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Doors are new beginnings. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open these doors. Through personalized journey management that can evolve with new chapters. And they can proactively view your entire portfolio with an eye on taxes and the impact of risk. So you can enjoy moments together. Because doors were meant to be open.
He coached Montreal 73-77, and Kansas City Chiefs from 78-82. Yeah, that's a long time ago. 73-77, and then the Chiefs 78-82. Is he still alive, Mark Levy? Oh, okay. So he's still alive. He's 99. It's pretty good to be 99. Can't imagine just what it would be like to be 99 years old. Monday Night Football. Lions are up 31-28. Want the Niners to win this game. First down, Niners. They're getting close to the 50-yard line here. Now, if the Niners can get a touchdown, that would be great. Purdy needs to wake up a little bit. But it's 1st and 10 right now, 14 minutes and 20 seconds. Long pass. Long pass to Kittle. Wow. That was a good 20-yard pass. They threw the ball away. It could be smart. It is 2nd and 10.
Oh my God. Almost intercepted again. Unbelievable. 3rd and 10. Okay, the Niners get themselves down the field here. Get to at least field goal range to tie the game. I would try to find one of these big time receivers somewhere and get a. Oh my God. He dropped it. Oh, if they don't go for a field goal, I would go for it. That ball just bounced off his pads. They're going to go for a field goal. Wow, it's a long, long field goal. That's a long field goal. 58-yard try. Let's see what he can do. Come on, come on. Is it good? No good. Incomplete. I don't like this. I don't like this. Now the Lions got good field position. Yeah, they are cooked. They are cooked like a Thanksgiving turkey. They are absolutely cooked. Dang, somebody added me. Who started following me? What is that? Darnold had all day to throw the ball. Yeah, he did. Commercials. But Master Kylo, I've been using this the AI program on Facebook. It's been really good. It helps generate those pretty good images for me, so I can advertise better for videos.
So I used it for my my last video, the Packers Vikings post game reaction. It got almost close to 700 views already. So that, you know how you change your profile on Facebook and it's like, oh, do you want to change it with AI? And you just type in there how you want it to look and it generates an image. And so I was able to do that, to use it to just enhance some of my videos, I guess. Uh-oh, the guy Bates got hurt. Oh, fourth down for the Lions. Yeah, the thumbnail. That's what I'm talking about. Using AI for the thumbnails now. So when I post a video, like, it'll grab more attention, I guess. It's just not that it's less generic, I guess, than my previous thumbnails. So when I add the AI, it kind of like, okay, it creates more interest. Whoa, they went for it on fourth down. That's crazy. Unbelievable. What the heck happened here? The Lions are going to win this game. It looks like the 49ers don't even care anymore. They're probably like, you know what? Let's act like we care. And then when the fourth quarter comes around, don't even care. Because if the Niners win, then it hurts them for their draft picks. But if they win, it doesn't really do anything for them but hurt them in their draft picks. So it doesn't. They have no shot at the playoffs.
Yards about even. Scores about even. 31-28. Detroit on top with the ball. 2nd and 8.
They have balls, yeah. Well, I mean, also too, at the same time, the Lions, this game doesn't really matter a whole lot whether they win or lose. What matters is that final game against the Vikings. So if that's the case, then they might as well take some risk. You might as well take a risk if this game doesn't really all that matter. Oh, okay. For the Niners, they might as well tank, yeah. Yeah, that's why I think the Niners kind of tried the first 3 quarters. And now I think they're kind of like easing up a little bit because they're like, hey, you know what? We kind of sort of want to get a better draft pick. Or if they turn around and win, I'm okay with that too. Whew. Oh, they're going to go for a field goal. Uh-oh. Jake Bates going for a long field goal. It's probably not that far. Oh, it's 57 yard. Oh, 42-yard field goal. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, still within range. It's only a 6-point difference in the game. They're probably not gonna score again though. I don't know what it is though. Like when I watch other teams play, it's like I'm not as into it as much as when my team plays. They should throw the game like you said. No point of winning. Yeah, there's no point of winning unless you just want to satisfy your fans some sort of way because they're playing in their ballpark. So in all honesty, I guess this game doesn't really matter a whole lot. It's just a game to entertain the fans. But it's probably more beneficial that the Niners lose and the Lions win. A better draft pick is better because they can't even they're eliminated from the playoffs. So and there's college football games that start up again tomorrow. Oh, Purdy got sacked. He is down way back there. Yeah, college football should be good. Should be good. Five-yard penalty on the Niners. Brock Purdy was the last pick of the 2022 NFL Draft. Yeah, delay of game. They got a decent catch there to Pearsall. That receiver Pearsall, he was shot, I think, during the offseason.
to evaluate, but he is due an extension or at least eligible for one. And there's some uncertainty with that. That's big dollar. Big dollar, what might it look like? What are Brock Purdy's expectations?
All right, 3rd and 5. Niners need a play here. And they got the first down. They're at the close to the 50-yard line.
The decision is upcoming. He is extension eligible. They can find it out. You've got names out there. One of them is Kirk Cousins, who has lost his position right now to Michael Penix Jr. with the Atlanta Falcons. Darnold is on that one-year deal. And there's some intrigue here with the quarterback position. Yeah, I think a lot of it, my guess is it has to on Brock Purdy as well.
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, Brock Purdy was the last pick of the 2022 NFL draft. Another big throw by Purdy to Kittle.
There's a flag on the play after a huge pass. Are they trying to rig this game here? What are they discussing? If there's a penalty, they better show it. Oh, okay. Ineligible player downfield. That's weird. And a short gain here. What's going on? What happened after the play? Did Branch do something?
That guy Branch is a dirty player. Oh, unnecessary roughness on number 32. But the Niner guy did put his hand in the other guy's face. $15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness. Oh, intercepted. That's bad. Unbelievable. Intercepted. They get a break with the freaking. They get a break and then an interception. Unbelievable. That guy was not even open. He had some good throws and then definitely some bad throws. I think they're purposely trying to lose this game. Yeah, they're purposely trying to lose this game, the Niners. Yeah, might as well get a draft pick. Commercial.
Debating Manning. Peyton Manning's in all the commercials.
High stakes football means high experience. Better before you feel the elements. That's what you remember there. Vaccinators. First Kelsey brother. Picture in picture. In picture.
I've been fixing that advice thing for years.
So guys like Myers.
Take a look at that last interception. This is an inverted cover two, is what they call it. The corner here is going to go to safety. This corner is going to go to safety. Get flat support here, and it frees up Joseph to be able to jump anything that he wants in the middle of the field where he has no real responsibility.
For draft pick Jamal. Isn't it Jamar Chase? Jamar Chase, right? Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, right? I think it's a receiver for the Bengals. Yeah, he's a pretty good receiver. He's probably the top. I think he's the top receiver in the whole league, even though the Bengals are hanging on by a thread for the playoffs. Oh, first down. Lions are already in the middle of the field. Lions are up by 6 points with 6 minutes left in this game. The clock keeps ticking. The Niners need a interception here. Oh, Lions are about to score. They got another first down. They could put their third stringers in now probably and win the game. Oof. See what they can do. They're at the 40-yard line, the Lions. Handing the ball off to take more time off the clock. Well, the Lions made it to the 30-yard line.
with that franchise that whenever they did start to win, it was going to be an awful lot of fun to be a part of because those Lions fans have been suffering for a long time, and for any organization, when you finally get things going and the fans have something to cheer about. Remember last year when we were there, the only time we had been to Ford Field was on Thanksgiving every other year, and by then they were out of the postseason conversation. And last year when we went to Detroit, that stadium was an electric. I mean, it was something to be a part of. Here's Kansas City.
Oh my God. Touchdown Lions. It's over. This game is over. Game over. Oh, he missed the extra point. Wow. Missed the extra point. All right. What the heck happened here? That was definitely a fumble. All right. Fumble, and then the Niners got the ball back. Kittle got rocked.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. They're down by 12 points. Two minutes and 30 seconds left. They need to get a touchdown.
Already beat Minnesota earlier in the year. The two teams meet the final game of the regular season next Sunday night in Detroit. And that will be a battle for the division. And the loser of that game,
Falcons are still in the hunt for the playoffs.
14-win wild card, number 5 seed. Amazing. Second and 10 now is Jennings makes the catch.
2-minute warning.
That will take us to the 2-minute warning, it would appear. And that's where we are. 2 minutes to go. Third down and 2 when we come back. Lions are on their way to win number 14 on the year. Came out here wanting to win. 2 minutes away.
Celebrate up to 50% off savings with the clearance event at Target. Hurry in. Clearance deals with fast. Shop in stores now up to 50% off. Only at Target.
Give them Temptation Streets. What's Danny doing? You say so much, not only Coleman Auto with a personal price plan. They get excited. Look at night! And love football with football. So you kick it or pass it? Like the neighbor, State Farm is there.
Nothing tastes as good as that first bite. And it just got better. Get a 10-piece chicken McNuggets for just $1.
If you want to keep it real, bring this away. With Modelo Gelato, a mouth-watering mix of authentic Mexican beer, rich fruit flavors, and a hint of spice. Modelo Gelato, bring the sabor.
All right, Scott Gastoff coming up on the post-game show presented by Nationwide. We'll visit the show and Troy on the key moments of this game. We'll hear from Dan Campbell, Kyle Shanahan as well. And break down what's in play week 18 in terms of playoff significance. What a second half, Donovan, for the boys at Honolulu, huh?
Boy, it's been something to watch. This offense, you take away one play, the deal done for the half. The Lions didn't score was when they were stopped on downs at the 49ers' 8-yard line. I mean, they have been going up and down the field, as have the 49ers, except Purdy has thrown 2 interceptions for the only couple of turnovers in the game.
Yeah,
All right. Gotta hurry up if they want to win. I don't think the Niners want to win. Minute and 40 left. Sacked. It's over. It's over.
OVAR, over. OVER, over. Game over. Well, this was a game that is better for the Niners to lose. Lions are already in the playoffs, so it's really all going to come down to the Lions and the Vikings in the final game of the regular season for the number 1 seed of the NFC. Oh, they're putting in their backup quarterback.
All right, let's see what Dobbs can do at quarterback, Joshua Dobbs. Purdy got hurt. Oh my God. He grabbed his face mask. Inbounds. The ball is out of bounds. I don't know about that one, Chief. Face mask. That guy is so dirty. That Brian Branch is so dirty. They grabbed his face mask. They grabbed the face mask of Brock Purdy as they took him down. Brian Branch. The referee should have called a flag on that, but it's whatever. I guess this game doesn't really matter a whole lot. It's just showcases the fans that hey, we're almost done with the football season here for 2024. First down for the Niners. Got less than a minute left in this game here. They burned a timeout. Be cool. It would be cool to see a touchdown and then a onside kick.
pass yards in this game. First and goal, that is thrown out of bounds.
All right, ball thrown out of bounds. 50 seconds left in the game. Niners are down by 12 points. This game is over, I think.
Just one other note on Brock Purdy with 377 of pass yards is a new career high for him tonight with that look on his face. 3 touchdowns. He ran for 1 with 2 interceptions. Here's Dobbs taking off, and he is in.
Touchdown, Dobbs. 43 seconds left in the game.
With 43 seconds to go. And an onside kick to follow. As Dobbs is able to cross the goal line with an impressive little bit of work here off the bench from Brock Purdy. Yeah, good job. We've seen him over the years in different places come in. And seems like wherever he's been, he's done a pretty good job. Did a good job here tonight on this drive coming in off the bench without any notice, leading to the touchdown.
No good on the extra point. Unbelievable. That is horrible. That is really bad. Wow.
51-58 now an extra point. Kyle Shanahan has during the week about 41-yard try last week at Miami.
Well, let's see if the Niners can get the onside kick. They need an onside kick to get this ball back.
This from the 49er team that was headed for the postseason. Might be a different story for Jake Moody. Yeah, I think it would have to be, quite honestly. You just, if a guy's struggling, and it's like you don't have backup kickers, on the roster, so you don't think bring a guy in.
All right, can they get the onside kick? Let's see what happens. And he just kicked it out of bounds. They just kicked the ball out of bounds. It's over. That's so bad. Game over. All that effort to get that. All that effort to get that touchdown. All right, the Lions are just going to kneel the clock out. It is over. That's the end of the stream. So hit that like and subscribe button. And go Cadillac, have a nice day. And go Pack Go all day on YouTube.